What's up, gangsters? And oh shit, you won't be alone. A slow-burning, foreign, metaphysical, period piece folk horror movie. And this one's going to be a hard one to sell, but please bear with me because it's actually one of my favorite discoveries of the year. Directed by Macedonian-Australian filmmaker Goran Stolevski. Is that right? This international co-production starring an international cast is set in Macedonia and spoken in Macedonia. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at what we have here. It's 19th century Macedonia, and we follow this mute girl who grew up in this cave, isolated from the outside world, who on her 16th birthday is taken out of the cave by this malevolent witch, turned into a witch herself, and now gets to experience the outside world for the first time. She is, however, not too keen on the way her new mother witch teaches her about life, so once she's independent, basically throughout the movie, through her shape-shifting abilities, she learns on her own how it is to be a woman, man, a child, how it's like growing up and basically just experiencing life. All the while her displeased witch mother is lurking from the distance and occasionally drops in to be a bit of a bitch. Yeah, that's what I'd say is what happens in this movie. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, this is going to be a tough one to sell. I mean, it's borderline too artsy for its own good. So I totally understand that this is not for everybody. I mean, it's not even necessarily for me. But still, I would love to recommend it to anyone to at least give it a chance because really it is fucking beautiful. Both from an artistic point of view and, as an experience. Let's start with the first one. This movie looks so good. I love the full screen aspect ratio. It just suits the period setting. A lot of the story is set, just out in nature, and there are some absolutely beautiful locations. It's so well photographed. And also the contrast between this beautiful untamed nature and the occasionally ugly things happening there. It just really worked for me. Also, the soundtrack by Mark Bradshaw plays a prominent role in the movie. There are multiple sequences where the music kind of takes the forefront and just plays beautifully over shots of, just our protagonist experiencing life in whatever form she's currently in.
What's up, gangsters? It's me really quick from the editing booth because as it turns out, YouTube did not like me using the music from this movie. The video got blocked, which is a shame because it really is an integral part of the movie. It's available on Spotify, you can just check it out over there, but back to the video.
It's kind of hard for me to explain, but these almost dreamlike sequences definitely pull at the heartstrings. It's just really good. Besides all of that, like I said, it's also just a beautiful experience. It's a very humane movie. Our protagonist, she's like a blank canvas that in a very childlike manner gets to experience how it is to live. The hard parts of life, the enjoyable moments, sadness, happiness. And the different actors do such a great job at conveying this. With that childlike wonder, it's all very natural and believable performances, basically all around, from everyone involved. But also, no, it's not an easy watch. Despite our protagonist being mute, we do hear her thoughts in the form of a voiceover, but from what I understand, it's all in broken Macedonian, which also translates into the subtitles, which makes for often quite frustrating experience. Plus, it's pretty slow, although I guess I prefer to describe the pacing as possessing a poetic tranquility. Because, honestly, without joking, this movie really is unlike any of the other movies that I'm covering during this series, and you really have to be in the mood for this one and sit down and actually watch it. I mean, it honestly, it took me a while to get into it. I actually ended up watching it over the course of 2 nights with a couple of days in between. But then when I, started to get it, when I saw what this movie was doing, what it was going for, what type of movie it actually is, I kind of fell in love with it. So yeah, I actually think I just want to leave it at that. I mean, this really is the type of movie that I have a lot of trouble doing justice with my reviews. Like, maybe I'm doing a terrible job at it, trying to explain what makes this movie, you know, like what it is, like what sets it apart. But hey, I try. And I do urge you all to, you know, if this even sounds remotely interesting to you, to check it out for yourself. It's a pretty unique experience. If you've already had that experience, do you agree? Am I overhyping it? Yeah, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And then I'll see you guys again in a couple of days for some more horrors of 2022. Cheers, guys. Have a nice day.